Hey guys, in this video I talked about the difference between being a corporate actuary versus being an actuarial consultant. And basically my ideas came from this magazine which has an article called Corporate Actuary versus Consultant, a comparison. The article lists about 8 aspects that a corporate actuary is different from a consultant. So I'll talk one by one, go through all these 8 entries. The first one is project focus versus process focus. The article says that as a consultant, you work one project after another, which has a little repetition. So the important thing is you have it done and done it correctly. So how you do it does not matter that much. Whereas in a corporate setting, what you do is kind of repetitive, so it's very important for you to make sure that the process following which you do your work is the most time efficient way. So a lot of the times, actuaries in a corporate setting will work on something called streamline the process of blah blah blah, which just make the doing the repetitive work more time efficient. So the next time when you do it again, or some of your colleagues do it again, it's easier to do that. That is the first one. Project focus versus process focus. The second one is documentation. The 4C criteria applies to all types of documentation, which is clear, concise, comprehensive, and correct. But the problem here, the difference here is, as a consultant, your clients will read your documentation, which means, but you cannot sit next to your clients all the time, so you need to have it more kind of deliverable to people who may not share the same glossary or jargons with you. So usually, as mentioned in the article, the documentation that a consultant actually do always include a glossary at the very beginning of their documentation, so that anyone can refer to the glossary for abbreviations or acronyms that you use in your documentation. The third part is travel, which is kind of obvious because consultants are known for traveling all the time. But for corporate actuary, you just see your office, follow a 9 to 5 schedule. I know someone from EY who is based in Chicago but spent 3 to 4 months in Baltimore, where I did an intern last summer, and she will fly from Chicago to Philadelphia every Monday and then fly back every Thursday evening. So definitely lots of travel involved if you are a actuarial consultant. Number 4 is scheduling and deadlines. Basically argues that as a corporate actuary, your scheduling deadlines will be more predictable, as those are more like routine work, whereas as a consultant, it will vary depending on your project you are working on. So number 5 is called, network, which is a little bit kind of counterintuitive, because usually I think as a consultant you will network with many more people than you are in a corporate setting. But according to the article, it says that because the clients of a consultant vary from time to time, you don't have time to develop a long-lasting or a very deep relationship with the people you work with. Whereas in a corporate setting, your boss or your colleagues will know you very well. So that makes sense. Next thing, he talked about data. I think here is basically saying that the data provided to the consultant are hasty data data because they usually do not come in the format that is most suitable to be analyzed. So a lot of the time, a consultant, the first job that a consultant do is to clean the data or to trim the data in a way so that it's more easy to be used, analyzed. That's part of the reason why consultants are paid more, or consultants will bill more for companies who do not provide a very clean data. So number 7 is keep track of time. It says like on the head of the article, it says take out the time spent in meetings, fighting fires, answering other people's questions, etc., and see just how much time you have left to do your work. You will be shocked. This is describing the work that of a corporate actuary. So basically saying that corporate actuaries are doing nothing or not having enough time to do like real work. Yeah, so I think for number 7 it's just to provide it's just provided good suggestions for the corporate actuaries to take a time block. And last but not least, just got peer review. It says that in a consulting firm, peer review is kind of a very instinct, whereas for a corporate actuary, people just assume that you are doing correctly. And that is all that I want to talk about corporate actuary versus a consultant. Thank you all.